CNBC TV 18, celebrating 15 years of leadership.
All right, in that case, let's get started then and invite our two experts. Hemant Rustagi of Wiseinvest Advisors joins in as a personal finance expert, and we have Kunal Bothra of LKP who joins in to answer all the stock queries. So good afternoon, gentlemen, to both of you.
But let's get to our next query. We have Anshu Tiwari who calls us from Gurgaon. She has a personal finance query. Hi, Anshu.
Hi.
How can we help you?
Yeah, I want to invest about 10,000 per month for 10 years. Please, there's some mutual funds that give me a lot.
All right, Hemant, long-term investor looking to get in there, 10,000 rupees per month for the next 10 years. How can you help her out?
Well, I think it's very important to start investing with a clear time horizon, especially when investing for long term, because what it does is it actually allows you to invest in the right asset class wherein you can beat inflation, and also prepares you mentally to tackle the volatility that exists in the marketplace. So in this case, she wants to invest for a period of 10 years. So my recommendation would be that she can invest in well-diversified equity fund. Of course, as we all know, that equity tends to be volatile medium to short term. But considering the fact that she intends to invest on a monthly basis, she will actually not only be able to tackle the volatility well, but also benefit from averaging. So 3 funds I'm recommending for her to ensure that she has the right balance in terms of allocation to different segments of the market, that is large cap, mid cap, and small cap. She can consider investing in Franklin India Prima Plus, Kotak Focus, and also SBI Magnum Global. 2 things I would like to tell her. One, she has to remain committed to the time horizon. Of course, there will be time periods where she'll see the volatility happening, but she must continue so that she benefits from averaging. It should not be that the moment she sees volatility, she should not stop the process. So that's, I think, very, very important.
Okay, and that's some useful advice.
A bit of but let's get back to answering your queries. We have Narsa Murthy who calls us from Puducherry. He has a personal finance query. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How can we help you, sir? What's your query?
Yes. I am doing a SIP in Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund.
Correct.
I feel that the returns here are around 3%.
Right.
From April to September this year.
All right.
Compared to Magnum Balance or HDFC Balanced, which I did in July last year to March this year, which I have returned 10%.
All right.
My query is, should I continue in Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund or alternatively suggest some other small cap fund?
Okay, Hemant, coming across to you. Mr. Murthy is quite clear with regard to his query. Any more questions you want to ask him, and how can you help him out?
No, I think the information that is given is enough to answer this question. I think one, when you invest in equity funds, you can't be looking at a performance for 6 months and trying to compare it with where you completed around 1 year. Equity are meant for basically long-term investment. As I said earlier in the show, I think equity funds tend to be volatile in short-term to medium-term. So I think considering the fact that investing through SIP, we need to learn to live with some kind of volatility over a period of time. If you look at this Franklin India Smaller Companies Fund, it's a good fund. As the name suggests, invest in. I mean, if I really were to compare it with the peer group, this fund has been doing very well. But I think when you invest in equity, it's not only about performance. It's also about a couple of other factors that you need to look at. One is how much exposure you have, what is your risk profile, and which are the other funds in your portfolio. Considering that you have a couple of other balanced funds in your portfolio, and if your exposure to Franklin Smaller Company is not very large vis-a-vis your overall exposure to equity funds, my recommendation would be that you should continue investing in this fund. As I mentioned, the fund has a tremendous track record over a longer period. You will see volatility because it invests in smaller company, maybe more than balanced fund. But if you invest in it for a longer period, I think you will get good returns. So you should continue investing.
All right, Mrs. Nessim, I hope that answers your query. Up next, we have Harshad.
All right. Thanks so much, Hemant. Thanks, Kunal, for coming in here and answering all those queries. But with that, it's a wrap on the show. Do remember to keep sending your queries by posting it on a Money Control message board. Stay tuned. Closing bell coming up next.
CNBC TV 18, celebrating 15 years of leadership.